is my dear friend Giselle. So tonight, why is that on? The TV's on. Okay. Well, people know where I'm at. So, all right. It's not a big surprise. You know where I'm at. Well, welcome back. This is Chris live in Pretoria. Welcome. Thanks for joining me this evening. Late. I've come from a concert where Giselle was performing. The first time I've got to see her live since we started promoting her content 6-7 years ago. That television's really bothering me. Where's the remote at? I didn't see the remote anywhere. Anyway, yeah, so that was pretty exciting. Let's do it this way. Get out of the picture. It's kind of irritating. There we go. You probably couldn't hear me very well. The microphone was far away. Sorry about that. Oh, gosh, bless it. So some of you think I'm doing better. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, Giselle was awesome. She rocked the house. It was incredible to hear her sing live. And I got to see my little friend, El Jose, her daughter, whom I've not seen since she was a tiny little baby in Cape Town a few years back. Yeah, and it was, well, Karen, you said I enjoyed myself. I did enjoy myself, but I wasn't exactly relaxing. I was working throughout the concert, answering WhatsApp messages and emails from people who were trying to reach me about this, that, and the other. So it wasn't exactly a vacation, so to speak. I was working my butt off it. Anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight for this stream. So tonight, I got to, we had an epic little meet and greet earlier today here at Loftus Park. Thanks to all the folks who showed up. Really, it was an informal one, and we had over 30 people show up. That was pretty cool. So thank you for that. I really enjoyed that. The hats are gone, folks. Loretta, don't sweat. I held one for you. But the hats are gone. I have a new batch on order. And wow, they're going pretty popular. So it's pretty cool. People like the hats. So I was at the concert, and I said I wouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to tell this story. You know, Bill Engvall always talks about, you know, men just go to the bathroom and they walk out. Men don't talk to each other in the bathroom, but women go to the bathroom and they make friends. You know, so your wife comes back from the restroom. He's like, I met the nicest lady in the bathroom. And you're like, what the hell is going on in the bathroom? Of course, women have couches and, you know, and all sorts of things in their bathrooms. Whereas all we have are commodes, urinals, and a sink. But I didn't make a friend tonight. I guess I had a friend already, didn't realize it. But I was in the restroom, washing my hands. Someone else washed their hands and looked up, and he goes, Colonel Wyatt. And I said, yes. And I couldn't place the face, but I recognized the face, but I couldn't place it. And I'm thinking, have I met him before? I recognize his face. And he introduced himself as Donnie Bota, the legend, Donnie Bota. I met. So Donnie and I swapped. I have a Donnie Bota stocking now, and he has a Chris Wyatt stocking. So, I mean, this is his talent singing gospel, my AI song. So I've got Donnie Bota's music. So that was pretty awesome. That was nice. You know, I'm still walking around with this fork. Our illusionist. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing, man. The thing is forked. That was such an incredible illusion. We were both just amazed by it. I'm holding on to this. I guess I can stick it in my luggage because what the hell? That's so funny. You did it last night. So I finally saw a doctor today, in case anyone's wondering. It's bronchitis. I have bronchitis, and I can't clear it. So I saw a doctor. Yeah, well, Layla, you had to watch the stream last night. Thanks for the Loftus Rudy 93 mother. I have no idea what Rudy's saying there. So I did go to a physician today in Krugersdorp, and I now have my own personal physician there in Krugersdorp. So he gave me prescriptions for 5 medications, and boy, that stuff is not cheap. The young man, the pharmacist assistant said, "Sir, do you mind if I give you generic brands? Because these are expensive." I said, "That's fine." And it still came out to 1,260 rand. I've never paid that much for medicine in my life. Never paid that. It is African magic. You can do magic. Thanks for the Loftus meet and greet. It was great to meet you. Appreciate it. You're very welcome, Carlo. I like to say that the hate wanker who has tried to upset things. Yeah, I know. 1,260 rand for the medicine. I'm still choking over that one. But the hate wanker that tried to upset things with my dear friend Giselle failed. There were at least 30 people who booked, and they were fully booked tonight because of my viewers. Thank you for that. Thank you for helping fill in the seats tonight. It was fantastic. Yeah. Not quite trucker's life. That isn't quite what happens. That won't do it. We already tried that route. Yeah, so it was fantastic. People shoved it back in this clown's face. That clown threatened the venue and threatened the performer, calling the performer's manager, and threatened the venue. And the manager told him to footsack. So yeah, that was good to see. I don't know what's wrong. This person has a mental illness. They really are a mental illness. And they think they're important, but they've made a mistake here. They've made a mistake here. There are people that now want to pursue something. I'm not going to get in their way against this person. I've asked people not to take action before, but if they want to take action, I'm not getting involved, and it's up to them. They angered too many people. So the stunt at Thundergun last night, which I suspect was tied to this wanker, and this effort tonight to intimidate and threaten with basically, domestic terrorist threats against businesses, really was a bad move. People are not happy about it. So, they shall see. Anyway, all right, so I got Dottie Boat to stick. Now, last night I got this from James, and I didn't get a chance to show it to you because I had so much stuff to go through. So this was really cool. James, remember, it was so important for him to get me the collection of Springbok cards, and he did. He got the entire collection. So there's Rossi, and here's Rossi in green. So it was in gold. And then we've got Ox and Che. After Ox, let's see who else. Vincent Koch. It's really cool, these cards. You got these things. Wilco Low, Bongi Manami, Malcolm Marks, Franco Mostart, RJ Stamen, the Viking himself. Really cool. The whole collection, all the cards. You got the whole collection. It's amazing. And there's Sasha Feinberg Umbuzo. This is really, I really appreciate this. Damien Dealendi, Jesse Creel, one of my favorites. Chosen Colby, awesome. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for all the effort to get those. That's really, I will cherish that. I will cherish that. I also found some things I didn't see that I had yesterday, including this, which looks to be a specialized or designed jersey just for me, I believe. I'm not sure. This was really cool. The Springbok on the front of it. That's kind of cool. And on the back, let's check it out. Personalized jersey. I apologize for not showing that last night, but I didn't come across it in the bag. Just there was so much going on here. Yeah. And this also was given to me. This is really cool too. This is a shirt, and it's got all four of the champions, 95, 2007, 2019, and 2023. Pretty cool. I understand the interview that I did with Rob Hersoff on Friday came out today, a week later. That's pretty cool. I'll check it out when I get a chance. And here is, this is a short sleeve, I guess. So same thing. Thank you all so much for those kind gifts. There's more here, but I'm not going to go through all of them right now. So yeah, cool stuff. Really exciting. So Giselle was awesome. She knocked it out of the park, all of her hits. And hi from Wichita Rising Phoenix. Congratulations to you. So I want to talk, after I get through this introduction here, a little bit about ineligibility letters. I'm getting all kinds of messages from people making all kinds of claims, and I'm not saying their claims aren't legitimate, but I can't verify this, so I'm working on it. Who stated to be racing another video tomorrow? Did you express your opinion on the new Sharks branding? I didn't like it. Don't know if you have covered it in your other videos, but I'm new to your channel, so forgive me if you covered this already, says Tracy. Yeah. Nature Loftus meet greet. Okay, I already got that. Hey, Carl Rasmus, what's up? Carl, your cap was the inspiration for the caps that we're making now. Apologize not having my hand, guys, but this is a, as fly as we go sort of thing. Christina Malhaber, welcome to you. Red John. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Master's not watching from Thundergun. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So I've only eaten once today. I ate with one of my viewers, Damien, earlier. Thank you for joining me, Damien, and thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. Donnie Bota was the gospel singer was at the concert tonight. I don't know about that other who else you're referring to, but he was there. How was the show? The show was fantastic, Abraham. It was really good. She did a great job, and she welcomed me. She made a special point to point out that her dear friend Chris Wyatt was there, and then later she talked about her story about having cancer and how she survived it. And and David Ismail. Well, he was a rock star today. He was fantastic. It was great company for me. It was nice just to have someone to hang out with for a bit. And yeah, he was also kind of my muscle. He's welcome to come back tomorrow if he'd like. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be doing one-on-ones for people. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I got guns. Look at that shirt, man. Now look at my arm, man. It looks like I'm buff. Yeah. So he was great. Yeah. So oh, get off track there. Sorry, what was I talking about? Yeah. Well, he'll keep posting videos. All he's simply doing is digging his grave. That's fine. He keeps digging his grave. You see, the acts he's committing are criminal acts. It's menacing. It's many other things. And those are crimes in the Netherlands. They're crimes in South Africa. So I don't think he's very bright. So it's pretty obvious. He obviously was when he was a conscript in the South African Defense Force. People must have beat the crap out of him because he was such a dipshit. I'm sure that's what happened to him. That's probably why his feelings are hurt so much about things. But I didn't serve in the South African military. So, the letters. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the letters here shortly. She made it alive. Well, yeah, it's late here though. Yeah, it's not the flu. I had something. I've cleared it, but I have bronchitis because I can't clear the mucus. So, yeah. Okay. So, join the club. Also have bronchitis. Meds expensive. Mine was 503. Okay, Vilma. Okay, you got bronchitis too. No, Con, the short was not about Thundergun. The short was about the venue tonight. The clown called and threatened the venue and threatened Giselle's manager. Yeah. So the problem is that when they do that, those people basically told him to piss off. And so I start going Quagmire. Don't I know you're trying to be funny, but it's not funny. The problem is that those actions, those people are willing to file affidavits about the harassment. Yeah. And so that's a criminal action. So the guy's not very smart. Not very smart. Anyway, I'm done with that. I don't want to talk about that loser anymore. And I'm waiting for Tracy to ask her a question anyway. So what's your question, Tracy? Okay. I might have caps in Durban, but I can't promise that. It depends on how many we get. Oh, Rudy. Okay, got you from the farm. Okay, got you, Rudy. Now it makes more sense. Oh, 93 mom. Got it. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I've had the one meal that was when I was with Damien today. That's it. That's the only meal I've had. And everything was closed by the time I got back. So I'm going to eat some of the snacks that people have given me and drink an Energade before I go to bed. I'm kind of hungry. Loving all the interviews you've had these past few days. Sorry I've been able to greet you. It's okay, Carlo. Also, I was on Pretoria FM this afternoon for about an hour. They asked to speak to me, and I said, sure, and it wound up being about an hour. So, yeah. Okay. Rui Heiskal. I don't know where that's at. Denise Herselman's back. Thanks for the day, my mom said. I'm glad your mom is safe, Rudy. I was a little concerned. Okay. So I was so chuffed that I got to see my little friend El Jose. That's of course Johan and Giselle's daughter. She's adorable. She and her friend are in first grade. We're playing. She's 7 now. Can you believe that? 7 years old. Wow. She was just a little baby when I first met her. Beautiful little kid. Pretty ponytail she had too. So it was great to see. I told one of my viewers that was there. I said my disappointment was I'd hoped I get to see El Jose, but she's obviously not here because she didn't used to go to the performances because she was so small. She stayed with her grandparents, I think. So these two little kids were running around. I had no idea that one of them was El Jose because I couldn't see across the room, and one of them was in fact El Jose. It was really awesome to see her. Such a good kid, and she has a friend, and I met the friend and the friend's parents, and they were lovely people too. So yeah, and they're like me. They got great genes. Neither a husband or the wife look anywhere near their age. They don't. Again, folks, I take this beard off. I don't look anywhere near my age. Anyway, even with this, the doc saw me. The doc I saw today was amazing. It was worth the trip to Krugersdorp, and so I also talked about hip because the person knows sports medicine. So the bronchitis explained it to me, gave me the script at the end. In the meantime, took a look at my hip and was actually surprised. He recommended I get the hip replacement, and so I'm going to take it very seriously now based on the recommendation. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but I'm going to take it very seriously. But was actually surprised at how good a condition my hip was in. He was surprised. So also not just looked at my hip, but checked my heart, and he's like, "You are fit. You are fit." And not just for my age, I'm just fit, period. He said, my heart's, strong like an ox. He said, that thing is going to last you for a long time. And then he checked my liver and he's like, and he's pushing my liver. And I'm like, there's something wrong. He goes, no, it's two more fingers than most people your age. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, most people your age, their liver is hardened and shrunk up. Yours is supple and soft, and it's the full length it should be. That's a very good sign. I'm like, yeah, that's good to hear. So I was happy to hear both those things. But in the end, we did talk a lot about the hip, and his recommendation was because my health is good, that maybe I consider getting it done. Maybe not right now, but sooner rather than later, because my recovery time will be much, much better than most people because I'm healthy. So yeah, that was pretty wild. It was a fantastic visit to a doctor, and I want to thank my member who set that up. Always the wonderful, generous people in South Africa who do these lovely things for others and for me in this case. Thank you so much. Also, one of the Hadidas actually is a person who does translation service, and I didn't realize it. And, I get so many messages every day. I miss things, and sometimes just bad time for people. They send the time, and by the time I get to see those messages, it's buried deep, and I never get to it. One of the Hadidas does translation services. I'm going to talk to her about her services, and if I'm okay mentioning it, then I'll start telling you where you can find some translation services for those who get documents done. Anyway, so so yeah, so that's pretty cool, huh? I was on Gareth Cliff this morning too. There should be. So yeah, I was on the second hour. It wasn't on the first hour. So yeah, so it's been a busy day. I was up at 6 o'clock to do Gareth Cliff at 7:15. And then I went to the doctor. After the doctor, I went, this Giselle is up first. Then there's the Truth Report with me, and then my late night show. We have 128. Thank you. 130 people watching right now. I didn't realize that many were there. Thank you so much for that. So, yeah. The heck is that? Sugar. Oh, the Archies. Yeah. So then I was on Gareth Cliff this morning too. So yeah, it's been a very busy day. And then I drove back from Krugersdorp to Pretoria. Checked in, went to the Bulls store, and I got a Bulls jersey. So one of my viewers who I saw at another meet and greet was there. They came up here from Cape Town for the game to watch the All Blacks play against the Bulls. So they saw me in the sneaker store there at the stadium, and I held up the light powder blue and this jersey, and I said, which one? And the wife and the husband both said this one. I said, you know what? It's not really a Bulls color these days. That powder blue in the center the other one's reversed. It's the opposite colors, opposite way. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to get that one because it's just different and it looks good. And they liked it. So this is the one I got. So anyway, a little pricey, but what the heck? What are you going to do? So I got a new Bulls jersey. So anyway, let me see. I'm looking for Gareth Cliff. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So it was 15 hours ago, and I was on the second hour. So let me jump ahead on this. So see if that gets me there.
The emerging markets.
Nope.
If you are.
Here we go.
But you can find him at money_modern, and he's on all the different things doing his thing. Let's get to somebody who is in South Africa again for the first time in a little while, but he is one of my favorite people when it comes to talking about South African politics, global politics, what's happening in the US, and he's very well placed to do all of this. He is none other than the terrific Colonel Chris Wyatt. Ta-da! There he is.
Good morning, Gareth. How you doing?
I'm extremely well. Nice to see you, Colonel. What's been happening? How are you?
I'm knackered.
Where have you been?
I apologize for a cough if it comes up. I picked up something a few weeks back. No, I've been all over. Started in Western Cape, and from Cape Town, I went to Strand, to Hermanus, to Gansbaai, Stanford, Swellendam, Riversdale, Mossel Bay, George, Knysna, PE, Gaffmanet, Oranje.
Yeah, so that's on Gareth Cliff. It's been a busy day for me. We did that. And then the doctor, after the doctor, was up here, and then we did the informal meet and greets. We watched the Cavaliers bowl and beat the Lions, and I don't know the other outcome, so don't tell me yet. I'm going to go look because it was going the way I wanted to early on. Let's see if they held on. The Griquas destroyed the Sharks 55-21. So the Sharks lost to the All Blacks 54-0, and now the Sharks B team lost 55-21 to the Griquas. The Griquas should be atop the standings now. Let me take a look at the standings of the table. Lions got beat. We've got Pumas and Stormers tomorrow, and it's at 5 o'clock. So wow, that's something else. So the Griquas now are top of the log, 4 wins and a loss, 20 points on log, 73-point differential. They are killing it. Let's hope they keep it up. I saw Johan Momsen playing today for the Griquas. That's my friend who used to play in Atlanta. Look, it's so amazing that I talk about all these South Africans and I say they're my friend, and that includes a lot of you guys. Hey, what's going on there, Hendo? How you doing, brother? How's Hendo doing? So, yep. All right. So, the Bulls play the All Blacks 52-10 for the Bulls. We'll see, East Coast Ostrich. You might be right. We'll see. It just shows you how good the Stormers performed. It was 14-14 in 67 minutes. Yeah, the stickers. I think Damien was going to design the stickers for me. US watching, Chris watching himself. Us watching, Chris watching himself. Yeah, that's funny, user. Gareth Cliff had a good laugh at the way he expressed stupid people. He seemed, Gareth and I get along really well, and we have for a long time. Look, I mean, Gareth is a good guy, and he had me on the show a long time ago, and nobody knew who I was, or almost nobody knew who I was. And I've gone to his studio when it was in Sandton. We moved to his other studio in Sandton, and now we do it remotely. Proved yesterday. So, GFR, don't get too excited. I'm not trying to put a damper on your rain on your parade or tinkle in your cornflakes, but that's a conditional. That's a provisional approval, contingent on everything remaining good, and they continue the investigation. And it's you might go over quickly, it might take a little while. Yeah. So Gareth Cliff. Anyway, but Gareth, last year when the story broke about the refugees, the refugee program, I stopped my 4-hour broadcast to go on Gareth to talk about the program because I knew it was going to be newsworthy, and he got a chance basically at a scoop, which was pretty cool. So it's hot in Wales, isn't it? Okay, Neil. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, the Truth Report I'm behind on too. Okay. New videos from Swakopmund. I don't have any videos from Swakopmund. What are you talking about? You talking about the music from Giselle? That's I haven't been to Swakopmund in a long time, unfortunately. It's maybe I'll get there next trip. We'll see. Even higher fell in the Pacific Northwest. That's funny. All right, ineligibility letters. Let's talk about that. Okay. So I have confirmed, as I said, when the June 30th letters came out, those were legitimate, and then the U.S. government actually confirmed it about 5 or 7 days later, and it was reported in rapport from the USCIS spokesman, despite all the people running around claiming they were false letters and all that stuff. But now a new wave of stuff is hitting where several people claim they received ineligibility letters, and they called USCIS. USCIS said that you don't have an ineligibility, your case is still open. I don't know what's going on. I will investigate it, but I will offer caution to the people that find themselves in that situation. I say caution because you're talking to a call center, and they may not have all the information. Okay. I'm not trying to rain your parade. I'm not trying to dampen your spirits. I'm not trying to beat you down. I'm just saying, do not get overly excited until we get clarity on this issue. Okay. I don't want people to have false hope. I also don't want to crush people's spirits. That's why I tell the truth. I don't mislead people. Some people do that. Oh, you're Denise's son. I didn't realize that. Okay. I had so many people who contacted me today and yesterday who received ineligibility letters. It's a bit frightening. These are people that I know, and I'm not really sure why these things are coming out like that. Yeah, hey, Dire Straits. At the same time, I received as many or more emails from people that I know or viewers that have either arrived in America the past few days or recently, or have just gotten tickets or have just gotten approved. Far more people I've been in communication with who've gotten approved or who've flown over or have gotten tickets or arrived in the past few weeks than those who got ineligibility letters. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter how many go over if you got the letter, right? Well, thank you, Charles. I haven't heard the interview. Yeah, I've got it teed up here. So let me see. There it is. How a U.S. colonel became one of South Africa's loudest fans. You know, for years, I don't say this anymore, mostly because of the political situation, but for many, many years, I told people all over Africa, because they would ask me about South Africa. So 14 dislikes. There's some seriously hateful people out there. How could you dislike this interview? And when I was in Liberia or I was in Uganda or Ethiopia, they would ask me about South Africa, and I talked about it. I said, you know, if I wasn't born in America, the only other thing I would want to have been born was in South Africa. Now, I haven't said that in 4 or 5 years now, because things are ugly, and they need to turn. And I hopefully that change will come. But it takes South Africans going to the polls and voting for people that are going to represent you, not represent themselves. So we'll see what happens. Truth report. Who better on the Friday of a rugby weekend to have on the Truth Report than retired Colonel Chris Wyatt? Chris, hey Rob, welcome to Truth Report, buddy. Thanks a lot. Look, I'm pretty chuffed. You know, the biggest thing today, I mean, I don't see All Blacks in town. I'm excited about that, but the biggest thing I'm excited about is Dion Free is back. This is my favorite. How old is he now? 39. So he's just a kid. Compared that to us. Yeah, exactly. But you know, he's the oldest Springbok debut ever, 35. Yep. So there you go. I didn't realize it was 41 minutes. No. Yeah, so that's up now. I'll listen to that when I'm done here. Yep. Was with a bank my whole life, held back because I had the wrong pigmentation. Steven Forrester. Hey, Steven. How you doing, man? How are the kids? And how are you adjusting to the U.S.? Libru, they okay, so I've talked to many people. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunate I talked to them. It's unfortunate they've gotten letters, but I've talked to a few dozen South Africans personally since I've been here who received ineligibility letters. Most have an idea of why they got it. So a couple of nights ago, a lady came to me and she said, Colonel Wyatt, I have a question. My U.S. link, my brother, his case officer says that we're on the assured list. We're coming. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what they've told you, but there's no such thing as an assured list. And they misspoken. I said, it's probably a consequence that up until recently, if people's name appeared in their system that they were coming there, they most likely came because the vetting wasn't being done properly in the past. But now it's being done properly, so some people are getting eligibility. So you can't put much stock in that what that person said. It's probably not malicious. They probably believe you're coming there, but they're not USCIS. They are the receiving contractor, the vendor who will help you when you arrive. So they see you in their system. And in the past, most of those people came over. So they probably called that the assured list. I said, it doesn't exist. Sadly, the next evening at dinner, when I was in Nelspruit, she came to me and said, Colonel Wyatt, we received our ineligibility letter. And I was really sad for them. They were members of a biker group, or biker gang, if you want to call it that. They believe that's the reason why. And I believe that may, in fact, be the case. Also, the U.S. Embassy published on their Twitter page today. Once again, I feel like senior from Wyatt. They published something about fraudulent documents. A lot of people have made themselves ineligible by submitting fraudulent documents. And I've talked about this for the past few weeks. I've warned people that you got to be careful. You can't do that. And once again, the U.S. Embassy is confirming what my analysis previously said. Do not submit fraudulent documents. If you buy documents from someone who says they can get it 1 to 5 days, you don't know who they are. You don't know that service. You don't know if Home Affairs agents stole documents, passport books, paper, and sold it to make money to third parties who make fraudulent documents. You don't know that. And if you submit that, if you think the U.S. government is not wise enough to figure out fraudulent documents, then you really don't understand how things work. So some people chose to do that. Others chose to misbehave on social media while they were waiting, attacking the U.S. government, and made themselves ineligible. So most of the people I've met have an idea. There are a few people that they're truly perplexed, and I take them at their word that they're telling the truth. I have no reason to doubt them, but something made them ineligible. And there's tough choices coming up for some people. Carl got the ineligibility letter. Say, man, they are really wow. I know so many people with ineligibility letters, but I also know so many people have gone over. Elise Devanaga said it was awesome to see you sing the Afrikaans songs. That were you watching me there? I teared up a couple of times. Let me tell you why I teared up. Giselle's songs are beautiful. I love them. She's a great friend, a dear lady, a wonderful mom. But the thing is that much like when I was on Pretoria FM today, thinking about things, I really a lot of emotions came to the front. One of the emotions was that when I played her songs during the early stages of COVID, when people had so little hope and they were frustrated and people didn't know what was happening, I love the songs. And I love promoting Giselle because a lot of South Africans had never heard of her. And but now when I think about it, they're beautiful songs still, and it's nothing to do with Giselle, but it reminds me of the crimes against humanity that Dr. Fauci and the government did and the pharmaceuticals did to folks. It really, so I got a little choked up thinking about that tonight. And I was crying a little bit when tears were coming to my eyes, I should say. Yep. So anyway, crazy. Only uploaded her daughter's passport only the day before, which is a bit puzzling. That is puzzling. Shattered, but as is my nature, I will strive forward and forge my way forward regardless of adversity. Well said, Bitterander. Kids are well. Got my learner's permit and so security work permit. Well, fantastic, Steve. That's a good start. Yes, Charles, I know. That's why I said motorcycle clubs. But that is something that's often looked at badly upon because the U.S. has bad experience with it. Carl says, Wyatt Army, thank you for condolences. Okay, that's it. U.S. hates biker gangs. They spent years taking down Hell's Angels. Exactly, Neil. So even though you might not have done anything wrong, it just comes across the wrong. I didn't say they were violent, Loretta. I never said that. I'm aware. Look, I understand South Africa, but these people don't. So you heard something through the grapevine. Will the vote's close to 1 October. Okay. So Matthew Dixon is returning to South Africa 1 October. Charles says Matthew's pregnant. Layla remembers those days of my show. A lot of people love my channel because I really strove to try to help people get through that nonsense. And we did so with all the different interviews, the macadamia nuts, the young man Dax, who was a painter in Pretoria, all that stuff. Where was your no, that was in Cape Town, Garrett, at the Truth Report Studios. Teddy Bear Run. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Denise did do great work. Okay, guys, quit telling me they're nothing like the U.S. I know that. I'm not the adjudicators writing these things. Matthew is going to get smacked, says Endo. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Neil. Neil is spot on. It doesn't matter. It's a stigma. Exactly right. It's just like people, someone told me that they were asked, endlessly about their father being in commandos. And were you in the commandos? The person was a 10-year-old child. They weren't in the commandos. And so what did you do in the commandos? I wasn't in the commandos, but your father was. Yeah, it's a military organization. Crazy stuff. That was reassuring. A lot of people say they were rejected, but it's hard to tell if it's really their fault and they don't want to admit it or something. Libra, yes. There are some people that genuinely know why they took a chance that they would get it. Others didn't. So, yeah. Virtual. Kind of super serious. I bet tell you one. Rudy, thanks for the caps. Yeah. So Giselle was just awesome tonight. It was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. She was wonderful. But she's a good egg. So, yeah. And it was great seeing Johan and El Gisette. Wow, that child is growing and growing and growing. So, yeah. So I asked her, I said, El Gisette, I said, you don't remember me, do you? She said, yes, I do. I said, you remember me? From Cape Town? She said, yes. And I didn't really believe her. But apparently she does talk about when she met me in Cape Town when she was a little girl, a little baby. But kids remember those things for a while, then it fades. But she watches the videos all the time, so she knows who I am. It's great. These interviews appear to be ignorant many facts about South Africa. I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not. I don't think it's on purpose. I think they just don't know. What did the doctor say, Loretta? Well, the doctor gave me a prescription for 5 medications that cost me 1,260 Rand. And the doctor said I have bronchitis. And I went and bought a discount my meds. I haven't tried them yet. So, an inhaler, antibiotics, analgesic, sinuses, and pain meds. Excuse me. Yeah, so this chair is squeaking. Yeah. So 5 different meds that cost me, and their generics cost me 1,260 Rand. I have to sell some hats. But I'm out of hats. I'm out of hats. Anyway. Yep. So remain a friend in LA, the great United States. It's good people. Well, Carl, that's awesome. And thank you for that. There were some real bad gangs in South Africa used to give punch-ups. Yep. Drink your meds, take a nice shower, get in bed. Love to be able to join USCS and educate them if you when they start. Well, Charles, I think I would be a good candidate to educate them. I've been sick for 2 weeks. Thank you, Benita, for your concern. It's currently like the lottery. You have to take your chance and try. If you win, awesome. If you don't win, keep your head up and try again. Okay. Did I speak German with Giselle? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But Giselle was very kind. She recognized me and she said, "My dear friend from Pennsylvania came all the way here," and it was very nice. The crowd applauded, and then later she was talking about her personal story about having cancer and how I was there for her. And the Wyatt Army was there too. Endo, right? The Wyatt Army was there. It wasn't just me. We were all there for Giselle. It was a tough time. She survived. She looks really good, by the way. Remember, she didn't have any hair. She lost all her hair because of the chemo. But she looks great. It's so great to see her healthy. And then she was talking off her cons, and then she said English is, this is English song just for you, or for you. And then she said something else off her cons, and I said to the audience, I said, "Hey, ek praat nie Afrikaans nie, maar ek verstaan." And the whole crowd, the audience laughed. I understood most of what she said. Sharon, I'm sorry to see that you're in the hospital still. It's, gosh. Yep. Thank you for your service and all you do. You're very welcome for support your character. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the envious people that don't have such good moral character. They're the ones that cause trouble. Tracy, did you have a question? Where was the other Tracy? Someone, I never got a question. Anyone has to ask the authority. Yeah, exactly. My son had bronchitis as a child many times. Your cough sound like bronchitis. Well, I hope it's the right meds, Meerkat. I paid enough for them. Yeah, I'll have to start taking them. So I'm actually planning on sleeping here for a little bit tomorrow. I think I'll get up at, late at 7:30. No, probably later than that. Yeah. So, Firefox, what's that all about? Huh. Yeah, so I haven't even seen the news. Did anything happen today other than the Curry Cup? I mean, what happened today, guys? Anybody know? I mean, I tell you, they must have really rolled in that game. Let me see. Boland, not Boland. Where's that? It was 55-21. That's crazy. Let me see what News 24 has to say about it. They even cover it. Ask Treasurer where the money is, says the SANDF general. Ooh, acting CEO for SAA, Shishibe, has been put on special leave just 4 months after he took the job. South Africa is deeply ashamed of the attacks on foreigners, Ramaphosa tells SADC leaders, yet they still round up foreigners. Huh. And I'm looking for the rugby now. President Ramaphosa admitted that South Africans are deeply concerned and ashamed that foreign nationals have been forced to flee the country under threat of violence. But at the same time, he's not deeply ashamed that people call for the murder of white South Africans. That doesn't shame him. That's just regular crime. Well, it was a pleasure. Yeah, your company was lovely at the event as well. I enjoyed everybody there. Loretta, he threatened the venue and the artist is my friend. And he threatened them, and he lied, and he committed criminal injury and defamation of character yet again. And he did it. Then he's left witnesses. Witnesses can sign affidavits. Affidavits can be basis of a court case. A court case can be registered in the Netherlands or South Africa, wherever it's necessary. Yep. Ramaphosa publicly acknowledged South Africans are deeply concerned and ashamed that foreign nationals have been subjected to discrimination and ill treatment in recent months. But it's been going on for 20 years. The ANC hasn't been ashamed before. Of course, this is just damage control because South Africa is headed to the International Court of Justice when God and Nigeria file a case against South Africa for their treatment. It could be the same guy. We don't know if it is. I don't know what happened last night, but last night made no sense. This nonsense. My politics is bullshit. There are no politics discussed at those meet greets. I did actually make one political thing last night. I made a joke. It was about Greater Batasha, but that's it. It wasn't really politics. Just talking about the refugee program. The DA targets ANC strongholds and Joburg unveils diverse candidates for November. Wow. DA is looking for a majority with 42%. So who are these diverse candidates? They don't show me any photographs on it. Just take the word they're diverse. Yep. Grey College faced Paul Ruiz. Selborne travel to Grey High. So I've got some schoolboy rugby coming up here. Huh. The Greek was rout the Sharks. Defending champions, the Greek was crushed the Sharks 55-21 in Kimberley on Friday to extend their lead at the top of the Curry Cup log table. In front of a lively home crowd at Suzuki Stadium, the Greek was ran in 6 tries against the visitors from Durban to hold a firm grip on semifinal spot. The Greek was who beat the Lions in last September's final in Ellis Park, moved to 21 points with 2 matches remaining against the Pumas in Mbombela next Friday and away to Boland on 30 August. Cool. So those are 2 games they can win. Dylan Mart and Tian Langa led the rout as they scored a hat trick of tries apiece. Dang, that's awesome. Meanwhile, Boland boosted their semifinal hopes with a thrilling come from behind 38-29. They were down 17-3, by the way, when I was in the studio. I actually mentioned it. So someone heard me on the radio too. That was pretty cool. Yep. So I'm sure a lot of people heard me, but someone was listening to the radio. They were at the Giselle concert, came over and said, I don't know who you are, but I heard you on the radio today. You were amazing. Thank you so much for what you do for South Africa. I'm like, you're very welcome. It's so kind of you to recognize that. Yeah. Anyway, so crazy stuff, huh? Crazy stuff. Leo and Janta from Redsburg. Hey, how is it going? What did she say? Giselle's show was the first time we met the Colonel, and I do think Jill is so amazing live. I'm so sorry we couldn't make it. That's okay, Levin. I'm going to try to do a meet and greet at Four Ways. I want to try. No promises. Maybe you can make that. Huh. We had U.S. soldiers in Colombia combat the cartels in the past. If you get denied a visa to go to U.S., you can't apply again. Don't see how this program would be any different. Correct, Neil. Charles says you're. All right, Charles, get some rest. A lady at Home Affairs was taught. She outed the bribe. That's funny. Pizza Party. I haven't seen a video from Professor G. What did he say? What did he say? Yeah, Carl, you're right. You're right about that. That's smarmy, slimy piece of crap. I don't know what Professor G said. I didn't even know he did a video today. I've been busy. So let's see. This is live. Excuse me.
Besig middag daar wees.
Reg so. Ek sal om 2 namiddag daar wees. Wanneer sal die leerder na die onderwyser se kantoor gaan?
Interesting.
Goeiedag, my naam is Evan. Ek finally come to a conclusion, or a decision rather, over what I think is the best course of action for those of you who have been found ineligible. And let me put a few waivers out there before I get into it. This was not my decision alone, or rather, I put this problem out to many people that I work with, many other attorneys in the field of immigration law, and I said, what can be done for these Afrikaner refugee applicants who are found ineligible with all
If you get
the
declined, they're
confusion
probably
that
going to
has
revoke
gone
your
on
visa.
with the program. And mostly what that confusion centers on is the terminology of ineligible and inadmissible.
Yes.
And I've talked about this at length, so I don't want to go over it too long here, but please go back and watch my previous videos and always remember to stay to the end because there's important information no matter how long these videos take. The difference is, as I've explained before, ineligible means you don't meet one of the basic requirements.
Correct.
So you're not a citizen of South Africa, you're not living in South Africa,
Correct.
or you failed to articulate the past persecution due to your race or the well-founded fear of future persecution due to your race. And that is not appealable. And there are no longer RFRs, requests for review.
Correct.
Those no longer exist as of April. Being inadmissible is different.
But the problem is that people get ineligibility based on derogatory information, which means they're inadmissible, but you're not given a letter telling you're inadmissible. So without watching the rest of the video, it sounds like I'm going to have to talk to Professor G because I'm not sure what the rest of it is. Maybe he explains that, but the thing is that you may very well be inadmissible based on your ineligibility letter. You just don't know if you're inadmissible. That's what I've been telling people. I said, if there's derogatory information, as a counterintelligence agent and someone who did personal security investigations, I can tell you that derogatory information is a concern. Like since he's committing fraud, that's derogatory information. You're not going to get a visa. You're not going to get a refugee program. You're not going to go to America if you commit fraud. Bergmeister, what's up? Yep. Okay, maybe he does Virtual Western Cape. I haven't seen it. But again, that's what I'm saying, folks. Okay. What is going on with Matthew Dixon? Do we need to censor him tonight? Does he need a spanking? Does he need to be put in the same room with the little, the De Villiers clown? Okay. I didn't see what Matthew said. Well, Matthew's looking for attention tonight, so he is a friendly troll, so it's not the end of the world. Right. Okay, folks. Do you want to hear Giselle's new song? Are you guys up for that? Giselle's new song? I've got it. I recorded it when I was there. Too much clip drift. Sounds like, yeah, but I think you get clip drift in Oklahoma, so. Okay, Loretta wants to hear it. Okay, let's get this thing set up. All right, let me get this ready. So here we go. Okay. Here we go. Come over here. Adjust this. Flip it. Okay. Microphone back over there. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I hope you like that. I actually love it. It's a great song. Really good. So that's Giselle's new song, I guess. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I hadn't heard that before. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys like that. Giselle will be there on Sunday. Unfortunately, it's an afternoon performance, and I've got Curry Cup. So I'm going to miss it. That's a shame. I would love to have gone to another one. Yeah, she's got a great voice. And as was it Loretta, I think said, yeah, she is a very beautiful woman and a very beautiful soul, which matters more than physical beauty, but physical beauty is also quite nice. She's a lovely lady. And you could see the sweat on her forehead. She was pouring it all into it. So it's great. It's great to see that. All right. So, all right. Yep, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Lekker slap, as they say in Afrikaans. Ek is, I don't know how to say it in Afrikaans, müde, tired. So, yep. All right, cool. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And we're going to watch for the shorts. I will be announcing what I'll be doing tomorrow afternoon, okay? I have to go meet with a friend here in Pretoria tomorrow and in the morning. So, and then later on, I will be meeting with folks here again. So God bless. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done it already, and we'll see you later. Cheers.